one of the realities of modern life is interdependencies. Uh, in traditional life, our interdependencies were there, but perhaps the pressure of those interdependencies may not have been as high as they are today. So most of the leaders who I speak to conceptually get this. I don't think there is a problem with conceptually understanding what is being asked or what is being stated here. I think that given the nature of interdependencies in the modern world, given the accountabilities of people in the modern world, the room to maneuver is much, much smaller than it has ever been. So, if I'm the CEO of a company, it might look as if I have a huge amount of freedom to make all the decisions I need to make based on the vision that I have in my head. But the reality is that as a CEO of a company today, my interdependencies with so many stakeholders is so great and so high that in many cases my hands are tied. So it requires a very strong kind of character, a certain kind of consciousness of a leader to be able to make those decisions and see his or her vision through despite the constraints of those interdependencies. And so leaders have to draw upon a kind of inner resource and an inner character and an inner strength, not only to be able to make those decisions, but to persuade all those other stakeholders that this is the appropriate decision to make. And for many people, this is just too much to handle. So you take the easy way out. You take the shortest possible route. And you say, listen, these are my principles. And as long as I'm not fundamentally violating those principles, as long as I'm kind of in that intermediate gray zone where I feel okay and my stakeholders are reasonably happy, I'm going to go ahead. Because I'm not paying attention to the long-term consequences of some of those actions. In other words, as they say, am I conscious of the wake that I'm going to leave behind as I plow through the seas? This requires a very conscious leader. This requires a very courageous leader. This, in fact, requires a heroic leader. And in my experience, this kind of leadership is in short supply today. And part of what we all have to do is to help people find that quality within themselves, which is the nature of the work that I do in the corporate world. It's hard work, it's an uphill battle, but the prize is worthwhile, which is a healthy future for all of us.